1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Unequal Sequel
Extra. Although, to be fair, we're only doing the extras now, so
Yeah.
Maybe it's not quite so extra anymore because it's just extras. It's like we're giving you a cake with some really nice icing on the top, but we're just giving you the icing. We'll be back with the cake in November.
Yeah.
Save up all your icing.
I still like the extra fee. I think we should carry on with it.
Yeah, why not?
It makes me smile every time you do it, and I try and catch you out every time.
And you haven't caught me out yet. That's
No,
all good.
exactly. How you doing this week? All right?
I am good. I'm very hot. It is melty. It was very nice to go to an air-conditioned cinema to watch this movie. Although we haven't said what movie we're reviewing yet.
Okay, what are we reviewing today, Rich?
We're reviewing Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yes.
I hope I said that right. I'm sorry, my Chinese pronunciation is not great.
No. I'm just going to say, I'm going to apologise for every time I try and pronounce someone's name in this.
To be honest, the hardest one to pronounce isn't Chinese. He's the Romanian dude with one arm. But we'll talk about that later.
If we just call him the Romanian dude, I think people will know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
But everyone else's name, it's cold sweats at night.
So we'll try not to do any spoilers.
Yeah.
Because obviously this is a new movie. It's just out of the cinema. So we'll try to avoid spoilers. But if we do slip up a little bit, I'm really sorry.
Without doing spoilers, I don't think we can touch the last third of this film.
No, it's a bit hard.
Yeah.
And for the first time in ages, I stayed to watch both post-credit scenes.
Oh, wow.
I know,
You actually had time this time.
I actually did this time because it was like 11 o'clock at night anyway, and I thought, what have I got to rush off for?
I did think that. I thought, I might go and watch it with you. And then I remembered how long it was. And I was like, no, I want to be in bed.
Didn't feel that long though. I've got to be honest. I didn't. It got to the end and I was like, oh, was that it? Like that it zipped along at a nice pace.
No, that's not one of my complaints this time. You know me, I normally moan about the length of films. And this one, at the end, I was like, oh, that really flew.
Yeah, it was a good 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours long. It was plenty of time in the old cinema.
Yeah, it was nice. Shall we? I'm going to ask you the big question first. Did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it.
Good.
I thought it was really good. I thought it had a lot of the things I like about Marvel movies, but also felt different as well. It was kind of like someone had smushed together Winter Soldier and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and and at the end thrown in some Pokemon for good measure.
Yeah, perfect. People might be confused why we're talking about this because it's not a sequel, but it is in the Marvel franchise. So
it's certainly got some recurring Marvel characters in it.
Exactly,
returning Marvel characters, I should say. So it's a continuation of the story.
Yeah, there are cameos, fun cameos as well. I don't think we tell them who and what and where, but
yeah, we probably can't talk about many of the cameos, I don't think.
I don't think we can talk about any of the cameos. I don't want to be that guy where people go, you fucking ruined it, you bastard.
That's true, especially as they're not on the top cast list.
Yeah, which is nice of IMDb because normally that's how they ruin them.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think we should stay clear.
Which is going to be hard as well because those are really good bits. There are some really funny bits in this.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't say what I want to say.
Well, please don't, because it makes extra work when I have to start bleeping you out again.
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
Cool.
Let's just say there is a character who comes back. So here we go. I never knew I needed more of you, and I did. I didn't know. I thought that's a character that I'm going to forget once we finish with the movie that you're in. Yeah. And now you're back. I've realised I needed more.
So surprisingly, the first, I also really enjoyed this.
Good. Why surprisingly?
Because sometimes you enjoy things more than me, or I enjoy things more than you. But I think this one, we might be on the same level. It possibly has one of my favourite Marvel scenes, the bus.
Bus
attack.
is a good scene.
It's top 10 Marvel moments, I think, for me. I think it's just, with the soundtrack and the action, seeing martial arts in a Marvel film is not something I thought I needed, but apparently I did.
You did, definitely.
It's
Seeing
so good.
Awkwafina drive a bus, that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Speed a little bit.
It did for me as well, a little bit. And I wanted to watch The Raid afterwards, which is always a good thing.
Oh, I don't think I've seen The Raid.
Oh, you've got to watch The Raid and The Raid 2. I mean, it's a little bit more violent.
Okay.
So,
But that's
it's not
all right.
like Marvel level. So what did you enjoy? Let's go positives first.
I really enjoyed the chemistry between the two main characters, between Sean and Katie. I thought their chemistry was excellent. Without them being a couple, but still quite coupley, like best mates kind of thing, without being hints of kind of chemistry. But yeah, brilliant chemistry between the two of them. I love the fact that they do kind of quite menial jobs and are happy with that life. And you're not seeing them like, they're not Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And I like the fact they do shots and sing karaoke.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think that's great. I like the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack's really good.
That was banging.
The comedy bits in it really hit the right places. I think it felt really fresh for a Marvel film as well. Like I kind of wasn't. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they were going to do with it, because I think Marvel was had the potential of feeling a little stale, and this. I don't know if this is going to be like a side, or if it's a computer game, would this be a side quest to the main story? A bit like what's it called? Scarlett Johansson.
The Black Widow.
Black Widow, that's the one.
Jesus.
A bit like that, felt like a bit of a side quest, didn't it? I don't know if this is going to be a side quest or if this
that
is
kind of felt like a step back a little bit. Not the quality of it, just where the stories were going. It's like, they kind of put Black Widow because it was about time we had a Black Widow film.
Yeah, and it almost felt a little bit like we've got Scarlett Johansson signed up for another movie. We may as well do it,
Yeah.
And that kind of I don't know, maybe. But this definitely feels like a fresh direction, like a new thing, and certainly exciting. And again, it's really hard to talk about this without doing spoilers, because there are so many things I want to mention that I can't, because you don't know it's going to be in the movie.
We don't want to ruin it for people.
No, I know, but I want to talk about Abomination. You can cut that bit out.
Yeah. It's in the trailer, though. Yeah, he's in the trailer.
He's in the trailer?
He is in the trailer.
Oh, well, we can talk about him then. So, yeah, I really like the fight between Abomination and Wong. And then at the end, where you figure out they're actually kind of doing like a WWF wrestling thing, and they're actually like not fighting each other. They're just
didn't get that.
Pretend. Did you not? Did you not see what they were like mates at the end?
I did wonder about that, yeah, but I just thought that was weird.
No, Abomination's sort of like grumbling, and Wong goes, "Well, if you didn't punch so hard, then it would be a problem," kind of thing.
But Abomination's a bad guy.
Well, apparently not. Apparently he's made friends with Wong.
I don't know how I feel about that then. Because I always questioned it, was it even Abomination for a lot of it? Because he looked quite different.
He looks like the comic book Abomination. He doesn't look like the one from the Hulk movie.
Oh, I see. I'm a movie guy, not a comic guy.
Yeah.
So this is where you come in and tell me
true.
Abomination turns into a good guy in the comic?
I mean, everyone swaps around a little bit in the comics. There's so many universes and stuff. But no, I don't know Abomination that well. But I know he looks more like that.
He looked like he had more gills.
Yeah, he looks kind of like fishy in the comics.
Yeah. Okay, well that's good, I suppose. Good for that.
So yeah, God knows where Abomination.
And the other guys in the trailer as well, so we can talk about that Wong turns up.
We can talk about Wong turns up. Yeah, we know he's around, don't we?
So that was good. I always like Benedict Wong.
Yeah.
And his name's actually Wong, isn't it?
I think so. I hope so. Otherwise, I've been saying the wrong name for ages.
That's confusing. Do you know who I think is an absolute star? And he's got a massive... Is the guy, the main lead, Simin Liu?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What an absolute fucking rock star he is.
Simu Lee.
Again, apologies.
I know. Simu Lee, I think it is.
He's so good. I think you were getting into the cat with Katie, the chemistry. Oh my God. I'd really watch hours of him.
I'll tell you who else I really liked.
Oozes charisma. Yeah, go on.
I really liked his dad.
Yeah.
I think he's great. You know, I was watching it going, that is one handsome man. For 1,000 years old, he's a handsome man.
He's had a big career in Chinese films, I believe. And obviously me and Neil are not down with that.
Was he in Hero? I think he was in Hero.
Oh, maybe. And we've seen Hero. We went and watched that at uni. Did you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Very pretty film, Hero.
I think he was in Hero. Yeah, my wife loves all those kind of movies. Like, you know,
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, all that. You know, when we had that kind of like Chinese kind of revival, early noughties kind of Crouching Tiger and
House of Flying Daggers.
House of Flying Daggers. Yeah, my wife absolutely loves those. So I telling her earlier, I was like, "You will really like this movie.
Yeah,
it's right up your street." There's even a bit that's sort of like there's like the moving bamboo and stuff that rings true to some of
gorgeous.
those movies.
Some of the CGI is so good.
Some of the CGI is so good. I actually felt a little bit ill because I watched it in IMAX. So massive screen, really immersed, really surround sound. There's a bit where they're, I hope this isn't a spoiler too much, but there's a bit where they're fighting on the outside of a building that felt so realistic. I was genuinely scared for my life.
Yeah,
I was genuinely like had vertigo watching it because I was like, and also whenever they do these kind of high wire kind of fight scenes and stuff, I was like, this is why I could never be a superhero because I would be dead. I cannot balance. I would be dead.
I don't like heights.
Me neither. I hate heights. I'm 6'6" and I hate heights. But yeah, 10 seconds and I'd have fallen off.
Easily. How they survive up there. That's a great scene. That and the bus scene were probably my two favourite scenes.
Yeah, I mean it's a brilliant set piece. Absolutely brilliant. The fight scenes are wonderful in this.
Yeah, they were so refreshing. Like, it was brilliant. It was so much fun.
I wish the climax was more fight scene. If you know, if it was more of those kind of fight scenes than the kind of thing it was. If that, again, I don't want to give that away to anyone, but I wish there were more fight scenes like that, basically. More of those kind of really cool choreographed fights.
Not saying that the ending wasn't well choreographed.
No, the ending was great. The ending was really, really good. But I think it was the only thing that felt, I don't know, like really marvelly.
Did you think the last third got a bit silly?
Yes. Yeah, I did, yeah. I did. Essentially, the last third where they discovered the land of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's not a land of Pokemon. I'm not that's not a spoiler. They don't actually discover Pokemon, but when you watch this movie you'll understand what I'm talking about. When they discovered like kind of the land of Pokemon, essentially, that's when it kind of started to take the shine off a little bit.
Well, that's when it turned into like a fantasy film, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like half of it plays very differently to the second half.
Yeah.
And not to say I didn't enjoy it, but I preferred the first half a lot better.
I did definitely. Yeah, you're right. I definitely enjoyed both halves, but definitely the first half more, and more of the first half and a little bit less of the second half. But I sort of know why. I see why they did that. Maybe I don't know.
Well, for future, what might be coming in the future, I might explain. But I thought they did a really good job of setting this story up, and that kind of. I'll try and pick my words now, because that's not an easy sell. A lot of this.
No.
If that makes sense. I did a really good job of you just going, okay, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. We're now a martial arts Marvel film, and that's slightly leaning towards the fantastic, phantasm, magical
realm. There was no point in it where I thought, oh, well, this is ridiculous.
No.
and you could, because some of it is clearly ridiculous. But and there was no point that anything annoyed me about it, and I think there was potential with some of the funnier bits and some of the light relief to be a little bit annoying, but I didn't feel that at all. I actually felt like kind of, oh yeah, I'll take that. I think it fit.
Yeah, it gelled all really nicely, which is incredibly difficult to do for a movie like this, I'd imagine. Really
difficult to do. And quite a new director as well. Destin Daniel Cretton.
Have you ever watched Short Term 12?
No, I haven't seen Short Term 12. I was going to say, I've not seen any of the... He's not done many films, and I haven't seen any of them.
You have to go and watch Short Term 12.
Okay. What's the premise of that?
Okay, it's Brie Larson.
Okay, that's good to start with.
And they are... I'm trying to think... basically they run like I wouldn't say a foster home. Sorry if anyone, it's been a while since I watched it, but people who need care, young adults.
Yeah, foster home. Yeah, that makes sense.
Basically, it's a character piece, and she's one of the supervisors, and there's some other people.
Oh, okay.
But it's really powerful, and she's brilliant in it. Who else is in it? Lakeith Stanfield, that's his name. He's in it. It's great.
Cool. I've not seen it. I've not even heard about it, but I will look it up now, because if this guy can make a Marvel movie like that, then that's going to be a good film.
It's very different from this film.
Yeah, I can imagine from what you just said.
But everyone's really good in it. It's really powerful, and it'll probably make you cry.
Yeah. Oh well, I'll give that
what
a try.
Do you want?
Yeah. What else do you want? I think getting back to Shang-Chi, I think I felt like quite a lot of hype about this movie, because a lot of since we started doing this podcast, I've started following a lot of film Twitter people. And,
good.
And there's lots of people on Twitter talking about like the review embargoes and everyone getting a bit hyped for this movie. And I was like, oh no. I always get a bit worried when there's review embargoes and when there's kind of a lot of hype talk. And I was like, oh, am I going to go and it's going to be rubbish? You know, and it's going to be so hyped up. I'm going to go and it's going to be like, oh, it's Rise of Skywalker. But it wasn't. It was great. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it totally lived up to the hype. It really did. It was electrifying.
Would that be your word that you would want to see on the poster?
I would definitely say. I would definitely put that on the poster. Yeah. Electrifying. It was... I don't know what else to say.
I like you about to do a hand movement. And
It was like... no, it's gone.
Glorious. Sensational.
Yeah.
Marvellous, as they like to do.
Can we talk about the baddie on the bus, the Romanian guy on the bus?
Yeah, go for it. I think that's fine.
Okay, the Romanian guy on the bus with one arm, whose arm is essentially replaced with like a laser weapon, a laser sword. Yeah, like a bloody transformer. Like, I want to be that dude so much right now.
Really? You want to lose an arm?
Well, I mean, if I'd lost an arm, certainly replace it with a laser sword.
No, that is obviously true.
I mean, it feels a bit... I feel a little bit like this has probably been said by much more intelligent people than me, but I wish they'd used an actual amputee actor rather than CGI'd off an able-bodied actor's arm.
Mm.
But then again, he has got an 8-pack, so, you know...
Yeah, but I'm sure there's some 8-packed people with...
They're all at the Paralympics, Dave. They were all off winning gold medals at the Paralympics. They got no time for this. No, I know. I would say that too. If it was me writing this kind of movie, or directing this kind of movie, I'd sort of be like, I really want an actual amputee actor. Or, you know,
I mean, there was a chance there, wasn't there? There was an opportunity that they've clearly missed.
However, looking at the guy, I was like, do you know what? That's what I could look like if I, tried.
Jesus, really? Get down the gym.
He's got the beard. He's got 6'4", big fella. I was like, I could be like that. If I hit the gym for like 10 years, I could look like him.
Well, that's something to aim for, I guess, if you want to be in a Marvel movie.
To be honest, mate, by the time I look like him, I'd be 50. So I think I'd be a little past it.
I could have like one of those leg breaking operations and they can make me taller and I'll be there. Is that a thing? I saw it on Grey's Anatomy once.
Oh, right. I didn't know that was a thing. No.
Well, it went wrong in Grey's Anatomy. They went somewhere in Turkey and the operation went wrong. So when they got back to the hospital in Grey's, whatever it's called, I can't remember the doctors, they actually made him shorter because they had to take a bit of bone out. It was...
Oh, the irony.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, he eventually kind of becomes a slightly major part. And we haven't talked about Sean's sister. I'm calling him Sean instead of Shang-Chi, but I should probably call him Shang-Chi, couldn't I?
Shang-Chi.
There's a really great kind of bit between Awkwafina and Shang-Chi where he's explaining how to say his name, and she's like, "You changed your name from Shang to Sean." Good undercover work. That was really funny. But yeah, I think we haven't talked about Sean's sister.
Or Michelle Yeoh.
She is. Or Michelle Yeoh. No. So I'm not even going to attempt to to say the actress's name who plays his sister. I don't think it's Menga Shang. Menga Shang. I don't know. But yeah, she's Xiaoling, isn't she? Is their character name?
Yes, let's say that. Yeah,
I think she's badass.
she was great. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her.
Every woman in this movie is badass. It's great. Like, Awkwafina is incredibly funny and turns out to be like Hawkeye Mark II.
What is good about her character is that they give her more to do than just the jokes. I mean, she's involved in the bus scenes, the bit of fighting, very heavily at the end, which is nice because normally sidekicks are just there for the jokes.
Yeah, and she's definitely more than that. She's more than the sidekick, isn't she? She's She's really part of it, and you can tell that from the kind of credit sequence that I really don't want to spoil for people. But yeah, she's kind of very much part of the gang.
If people haven't seen it, there is 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
So you have to wait until the end.
Yeah, and I did this time.
They're both good. They're both intriguing. Can't really say more than that, really. It does set up where it goes with certain characters. Yeah, cameos. It's cool.
Yeah, like I say, it's left me kind of wondering where it's going to go next.
Well, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and it's given us some nice hints about who the next... Well, we kind of know already who the next stories are going to be about, I guess, don't we? Because they've announced those kind of things, but... You know, it's nice to see.
I can't wait for a sequel of this. I'm already looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be on Unequal Sequels, won't it?
It will be, yeah. Yes. But I've just looked at the Rotten Tomato score. It's always quite interesting. The tomato meter, it's 92% fresh at the moment, and it's for the audience score, it's 98%.
Wow! Wow! Higher than Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Which has an audience score of 92%.
Well, the reboot, isn't it? Was it a reboot?
Was it the reboot? I can't remember which.
Whatever it was.
Whichever one it was. Ain't
dog shit.
That's some review bombing right there. Yeah. So obviously, like, they're going to make another one of this because it's gone down so well. So
and it's making
money.
Buck. What out of Unequal Sequel score-o-meter for us, which is out of 7? It's been a while since we've done one of these.
I'm giving it 6.
I would also give it 6.
I really liked it. I was toying between 5.5 and a 6, but definitely it's a 6. It gets the extra half just because Awkwafina's great.
Awkwafina's great. Simeon Liu's an absolute rock star. He should be massive, and I want to see him in literally everything. I now follow him on Instagram and stuff. He's hilarious. I think he's just a proper actor. He's a proper movie star.
Yeah, definitely.
The score is fantastic. The music's great. The action scenes are great. For the bus scene alone, I was like, this is great. I know I keep going on the bus scene, but the bus scene is my standout scene.
It would have got a 7.
Oh,
if
go on.
instead of the Pokemon battle at the end, it had been a martial arts battle. Then
interesting.
It would have been a 7 for me.
I don't know. I did really like it, but it's not a perfect picture. And if we're going 7 out of 7s, it's got to be.
No, it's not a perfect picture, but it could have been. It was close. It wasn't far off. No,
for me,
I don't think it was far away.
Where would you rank it in the Marvel universe?
Oh, it's definitely got to be up there.
Top 10?
Oh yeah, easily top 10. Easily top 10.
Yeah,
possibly even top 5 for me.
I have to watch it again before I make that.
Yeah, me too.
That statement.
Me too. And also, I watched it on IMAX. And IMAX does kind of make everything feel really epic, I suppose. So
it does, yeah.
Maybe I need to watch it on Disney Plus as well at some point and compare the two. Is it going to feel so awesome when I'm not feeling sick, like I'm going to fall off some scaffolding?
I saw it on just a normal cinema, and I thought it was awesome.
Well, there you go.
And my wife really enjoyed it as well, which is always a plus point.
Yeah,
but she likes Marvel stuff, so
it's not very often I go and watch a film and think, oh, my wife would really like this. She likes period dramas mostly, so it's kind of a difficult one to kind of judge because I don't like period dramas. But I think she genuinely would like this. I think it's got a lot of elements that she'd like.
Yeah, I think this is really fun. I think everyone would enjoy this.
Yeah.
I think if you hadn't seen a Marvel film before, this is a good place to start as well. I don't think you need to know certain things, what's happened in the universe. If you had no idea what was going on, what happened in Endgame or whatever, you could go into this and be like, oh, okay, I'll pick up what's going on.
They reference Endgame, but not in a way that it matters.
No.
to the storytelling.
No,
Yeah.
it's great. It was a great script. I thought
was.
everything really worked. I thought CGI was great. I thought the rings could have been silly. They weren't.
No, not at all. Not at all.
A guy with 10 rings just flinging them around. You thought, how scary could that be? How
effective could that be as a weapon?
It turns out very effective.
Very, yeah. But yeah, it's a really enjoyable movie. Enjoyable movie.
I've got nothing else to say, but I hope people go and enjoy it.
Definitely.
I think it's a fun film.
And it's 100% an unequal sequel because it's better than the last Marvel movie.
Yeah, it is better. It is better than Black Widow.
Yeah.
And I quite enjoy Black Widow.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed Black Widow too. It's also, I guess, this follows on the most from what, Doctor Strange, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes? Yes.
I don't know.
I like how we're trying to convince each other there.
Yes. Yeah. You could say it sort of follows on from Iron Man a little bit, maybe. There are links there.
Yeah.
Because the 10 Rings is in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, Iron Man 3, mate.
Iron Man 3, sorry.
That's all right.
Is it 3?
It is 3, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 2's Whiplash, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Iron Man 3. It's a 10 Rings in Iron Man 3, so maybe, but again, better than that.
Yeah, I thought it was better than that. Anyway, go see it.
Go and see it. And also, go and see it in the cinema. Cinemas are crying out for your business at the moment. Go out for the cinema, buy a load of popcorn, buy an extortionately expensive massive drink, give cinemas your money. Loads of people depend on that at the minute. Go and support them. Go and see your local cinema.
My screening was packed.
Mine was not packed, but it was full enough. And it should have been fuller. You can get some really good deals at your cinema at the moment. If you've got one of these Odeon cinemas that have the VIP bits, you can book those VIP seats for the same price as you can book all the other seats. Now,
really?
That's a tip for you. Yep. That's where I sat yesterday. VIP in the IMAX, and it cost me the same as a normal ticket, which was nothing because I've got my unlimited card.
Me and Richard bought an unlimited card. Both of us. So we've used them.
So yeah, go and spend your money at the cinema. If you can afford to do it, go and spend it at the cinema and help out all those people that work in keeping you guys entertained.
That's all cinemas, not just Odeon. We don't want to be promoting just one cinema chain.
Any cinema.
Any cinema.
Just your local one. Just get along and watch stuff on there.
Yeah. What else can we tell people? We should probably promote ourselves.
We can tell people that you can find us on Twitter. Dave is still tweeting away, even though we're not doing we're in our off season at the moment. So that's
a lovely word.
Only doing our extras at the minute. We're not doing our Monday episodes until November. But you can find us on Twitter. Dave is tweeting away like mad. You can find us on Instagram. We're not quite Instaing quite so much, but we are Instaing a little. You can find us on both those places at Unequal Sequel. And also you can email us. Now watch me get this wrong. unequalsequel@hotmail.com.
Bang. You can also listen back to our previous episodes, our interview episodes where we ask a guest their best sequel, worst sequel, and dream sequel. They're all a lot of fun. We've also done a whole bunch of these extras where we review sequel films. We've done trailer breakdowns, and we've done rundowns of our top 10s of certain things. So go and check them out as well.
And if you want to see what My Ugly Mug looks like, go and check out the Sequelizers, because I was on their live stream and it's still available on YouTube now. We talked all things Kevin Smith movies, and it was lovely, and I very much enjoyed it. So
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. But yeah, I think that's it. We'll be back in November with some... Well, we'll be back next week, but our interview ones will be back in November. We've got some very exciting guests because we're currently recording now to release in November. Whoa.
It's very exciting. We'll have some sequels to review in the upcoming weeks. A few of them are dropped out, but just a tease, the new Bonds come in.
Yeah.
Venom 2.
Hotel Transylvania 4.
Hotel Transylvania 4, I'm sure, is coming. It's to come in on something.
To that in October for Halloween. That'll be our Halloween special.
That would be our Halloween special, actually. A few have been moved, so we've had to move them back.
Yeah. Top Gun. We've been waiting for Top Gun forever.
I've been waiting for Top Gun for so long. So long, Rich.
Come on, Top Gun. Pull your finger out.
What's one more year, hey?
Oh,
bastards.
Dear.
Right. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye.